Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, man. Talking about boxing for all my boxing heads out there, man. Just excited about boxing, man. Like I say, man, it's late past, almost 3 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. Just got done watching Canelo beat Miguel Cotto, good fight. I was about to jump in bed, you know what I'm saying, but I started, talking about boxing and I get excited. I just love boxing. I love talking boxing. I got really excited making these videos, but what's really got me excited is this fight here, Bryant Jennings versus Luis Ortiz. A big fight in the heavyweight division. I mean, the heavyweight division, it's on the come up, man. It's definitely on the come up, man. So we just seen Canelo beat Cotto tonight. Next weekend we got I believe it's next weekend, yeah. We got Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko. See, we got Bryant Jennings, Luis Ortiz over in the UK, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Hopefully we get Wilder Povetkin, Joseph Parker. Also in December, I'm gonna do a video on for this fight too. Two American prospects are on the way up. Charles Martin, he's fighting Dominic Brazil, something like that. Charles Martin versus Dominic Brazil. That's a good fight. Charles Martin versus Dominic Brazil is kind of like Brazil. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say Brazil. The Charles Martin Dominic Brazil fight is kind of like the Anthony Joshua Dillian White fight in the UK, over in the UK. But just really excited about boxing, man. Really excited about boxing, man. I love boxing. The heavyweight division seems to be on the come up, man. Did I say Joseph Parker? Lucas Brown, if you want to throw him out there, a lot of good young talent. Just, I'm excited. I've kind of woken up now. I was about to go to bed, man. but I'm kind of awake now, man. Just excited. But anyway, man, so we got Bryant Jennings, Luis Ortiz, man. Good fight, December 19th. Say this fight is on the same card as a Nicholas Walters versus Sosa fight. Now, according to Dan Rafael of ESPN, I'm not a huge fan of his, but according to him, the Jennings Ortiz fight is the main event. That's going to be it's considered a co-feature with the Nicholas Walters fight, but the heavyweight fight, this fight here is considered to be the main event, man. Should be a good fight. Say Bryant Jennings, his last fight was against Vladimir Klitschko. Got a lot of experience. I mean, you can't help but to get experience in that fight, fighting Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of experience in that fight. Lost a unanimous decision. Luis Ortiz, power puncher, King Kong, what they calling him. They call him King Kong, man. And so it should be a good fight. Should be a good fight, man. Bryant Jennings is 19 and 1. He's going to say his only losses against Klitschko. He only has 10 knockouts, so not a lot of power there. 19 and 1, 6'3" with an 84-inch reach. So he's got a pretty good reach. Say not a lot of punching power. He's more of a skilled type of guy. Pretty good defense, finesse kind of fighter. And I think he has to fight that way because he's not bringing a lot of power to the table. He's never been knocked down, never been knocked out. Say Klitschko couldn't even knock him down, and not saying that Klitschko doesn't mean Klitschko's got power, but in the sport of boxing, you can say, hey, I've never been knocked down before, you know what I'm saying? Never been knocked down, never been knocked out, Say Klitschko didn't knock him down at all, things like that. And so he says he doesn't have a lot of power, but he's more of of a skill guy, and he has to rely on that, because he's not. Cause I seen him land some solid shots on Mike Perez. He couldn't get Mike Perez out of there, and that was a close fight, So he's not bringing a lot of power, but when you look at Luis Ortiz, King Kong, he's 6'4", 84-inch reach. He's 23-0 with 20 knockouts, and he's definitely bringing the power. And the first time I saw him fight, the first fighter that came in my mind, just me personally, was the Nigerian Nightmare, Samuel Peter. Big, strong guy. He's taller than Peter and has a longer reach, but the power and the ferocity that they come, the aggression that they fight with. That was the first fighter that came in my mind personally. But so he's 23-0, man, 20 knockouts, King Kong Luis Ortiz, man, bringing a lot of power. But when you watch him fight, like, man, this dude he's pretty skilled. He's a decently skilled fighter. That's what surprised me. You know what I mean? Way more skilled than Sam Peter. You know what I mean? This guy's pretty skilled, man. Defense is pretty good as well. I don't think it's quite as good as Bryant Jennings, but it's not horrible either. Pretty good athlete, pretty good hand speed as well. You know what I mean? And like I say, he's definitely bringing the power. And like I said, Klitschko wasn't able to knock Jennings down, but Klitschko is nowhere near as aggressive as Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is bringing and taking the fight to you. There's no doubt about it. And he's coming. And with Jennings, in my opinion, he's gonna have to do what a lot of fight fans do. What a lot of you guys say is boring. He's gonna have to take the Mayweather Klitschko game plan. Clinch. I mean, he may have to lose a point for holding. You know what I'm saying? Clinch. Circle, what you guys call dancing, circle around the ring, use his lateral movement to try and keep Luis Ortiz off of him. Because Jennings doesn't have the height advantage. Their reach is basically the same. You know what I mean? I think Jennings has a better jab. Luis Ortiz, he kind of uses his jab as a range finder. Because he's southpaw. You know what I mean? His jab is kind of a range finder to throw that big left. So I mean, because I don't think Jennings has the power to go in there and try and bang with Ortiz, because Ortiz he fought a Latif Coyote, however you said, Coyote. He had never been knocked down, never been knocked out before, and I think Latif Coyote, he was undefeated coming into that fight against Ortiz, never been knocked down, never been knocked out, and Ortiz knocked him out in the first round, got him out of there with power and pretty good skill. Some of you may who know Latif Coyote, you know what I mean? No, I'm not good with names, but he's a pretty good fighter. And Ortiz, I thought, okay, here's Ortiz. This is his test. He got him out of there in the first round, just demolished him. And see, Jennings has never been knocked down, never been knocked out, either. But after that fight, it's no excuse for it. It's unfortunate. No excuse that after that fight, about 3 months later, they changed it from a knockout to a no contest because Luis Ortiz failed the drug test. So if I'm Bryant Jennings, this guy's a power puncher, an aggressive puncher. I want the strictest drug test that's out there. You know what I mean? Boxing the sport is too brutal. You know what I'm saying? To take that chance. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But he's been clean. I think he's had two. I think Ortiz has had 2 or 3 fights since then. All in their knockout. He hasn't failed the test since then. So failing one test is unexcusable. Especially in the sport of boxing, just any sport. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, see, I'm not saying Bryant Jennings has no chance, but he's gonna have to. If you're watching the fight and the fans are they're booing, they're not being entertained, then Bryant Jennings is probably winning the fight. I mean, if I'm his trainer, I would advise, like, we're not gonna go in here and just bang with Luis Ortiz. I don't think that would play in Bryant Jennings' favor. He's not bringing a lot of power. He has a good jab. Use it. Say their reach advantage is basically the same. He's shorter than Luis Ortiz as well. So Jennings only has 10 knockouts, so he can't go. I don't think he should go in there and try and bang with him. You know what I mean? Move around the circle, jab. You know what I mean? You hate to say it, make it kind of boring. Make it kind of boring. That's what a lot of you fans. That's what a lot of fans call it. Make it boring. You don't want to, because I think the fight is going to be close and competitive. The longer that it goes on, that means Jennings is boxing and things like that. You don't want to take a risk losing a point for holding, like Klitschko did against Jennings in their last fight back in April, I think. But you know what I mean. Hey, do what you got to do to win. You know, do what you got to, because you got to. God, I don't think Bryant Jennings has enough power to keep Ortiz, to knock that aggression out of him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson say, everybody got a game plan until you get punched in the mouth. You know. Now I'm not saying Luis Ortiz will just come down. You know what I mean? Put his hands behind his back like Roy Jones did. Was it Glenn Johnson? Not Glenn Johnson. I forgot what Glenn Kelly, what his name was. Not saying Ortiz should do that. I mean, Jennings is, you know, he does have 10 knockouts and he is a grown man. I'm a professional fighter, but he doesn't have the power, Jennings, to keep Ortiz off of him. So do what you got to do, man. Clinch. So the fans might not like it, you know what I mean? But Ortiz is coming. He's big, he's strong, he's aggressive, pretty decently skilled with power. King Kong, you know, he's coming. And I don't know if, well, he's a pretty good athlete too. You know, he's taller than Jennings. Their reach is basically the same, you know. And a lot of the advantages are favoring Ortiz. I think Bryant Jennings is the more skilled, tactical boxer. The defense is probably a little bit better as well. So I mean, it's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight for Jennings, in my opinion. You know, one thing you got to show mad respect for Bryant Jennings. You know, he deserves mad respect. You fight Klitschko, then a few months later you fight this dangerous fight here in Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is a dangerous fight for anybody. Wilder, Povetkin, Klitschko, Fury. He's a dangerous fight for anybody. Because of his size, his aggression, and his power. Good at me. He's a dangerous fight for anybody. You know what I mean? So Jennings fight Klitschko, and now he's fighting Luis Ortiz. That's good for boxing. That type of stuff right there is good for boxing, man. Dangerous fight. I mean, I don't know if a lot of guys will be willing to take this fight, you know. But Luis Ortiz is 36. So like I said before, now if he does win, he needs to be on the fast track to stardom or being a household name. He's up in age. He's 36. You know, but he has a good amateur background, good amateur career though, no doubt. You know, but you know he's the clock is ticking for him. You know. Anyway, me personally, I've got Luis Ortiz winning. But the question that I'm asking myself, and I'm still asking myself, can he knock Bryant Jennings out? I don't know. I don't know first, because I was kind of like the experience. But when I saw Bryant Jennings fight Mike Perez, no disrespect to Mike Perez, good, close, tough, competitive fight. The fight could have been a draw. You know, it could have went. I mean, I think I did give it to Bryant Jennings, but it could have went. You know what I mean? But I think Mike Perez, he lost a point. I think he kind of like what Ortiz did to Mayweather, Victor Ortiz. Not as blatant though, kind of headbutted, and then he punched him during the break, and the referee took a point. That fight could have been a draw, but when I saw Jennings fight Mike Perez, I was like, I don't see him beating Luis Ortiz. Now he has fought Klitschko since then, gained some experience, no doubt, gained some experience. You know, but Klitschko is not as aggressive as Luis Ortiz. But see, the question is, can Ortiz knock him out? See, Caio had never been knocked out, and Ortiz got him out in the first round. Now he did test positive, you know what I mean, for a banned substance. You know, he failed the drug test. I don't know. Boxing Heads, you guys let me know. Can King Kong, can he knock him out? Who you guys got winning? You know what I mean? What would your game plan be if you're Bryant Jennings? I think Bryant Jennings need to make it ugly. You know what I mean? Hold, clinch. You know what I mean? Jab, move, make it boring. You know, it's like I say, if the crowd is booing, then Bryant Jennings is probably winning. You know what I mean? Anyway, Boxing Heads, you guys let me know what you think, man. Like, subscribe, man. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'm just excited about boxing, man. Just watch Canelo Cotto, Fury, Klitschko, Anthony White, Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, this fight here, Jennings Ortiz, Fury, I think I said Fury, Klitschko, Charles Martin, and Dominique Brazil. You know what I mean? I'm just excited. You know what I mean? Nicholas Walters. You know what I mean? Excited about boxing, man. Billy Joe Saunders and Andy Lee, Peter Quillen, Kid Chocolate, and Daniel Jacobs. 2015 is a good year. We had Mayweather, Pacquiao, Canelo, Cotto. Man, I love boxing. I was about to go to bed, man. It's past 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I was about to go to bed. I get excited talking about boxing, man. I love boxing. Anyway, you guys let me know what you guys think, man. You know, and what would your game plan be? And can Luis Ortiz, can he stop Bryant Jennings? Klitschko couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Can he do it? Anyway, let me know what you guys think, man. This your boy, The Real McCoy, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, man. I'm out, man. Peace.